Hey everybody, Rose Matter here. Welcome to my new anime react series. I recently finished up Black Lagoon, and I feel like I can't get any more different between the show I just finished and the series that I'm going to be watching today. You guys unanimously voted for this anime, and I have heard nothing but good things about it. Apparently, it's like the best anime to come out in the past few years. A lot of people are saying like it's a contender for possible greatest anime of all time. So high praise. So I'm excited for this. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. I feel like I am the last person on earth to be watching this show. It is like a phenomenon. And I try to kind of stay out of reading or watching like anime news stuff because I don't want to risk being spoiled or anything. I like to try and go into these react series as blind as possible. From what I know, it is a fantasy show with what looks like an elf girl. I'm assuming is Frieren, but I don't know much more than that. But everybody says it's amazing. My husband watched it. I have a couple of friends who watched it. They have nothing but good things to say about it. So I think this is going to be a good series, and I'm really excited to get into something a little bit more maybe lighthearted, fantastical after coming off of the grittiness of Black Lagoon. So I hope you guys are excited for this new anime react series. I've been talking long enough. You guys want to see me react to episode 1, so let's watch that today. And of course, as always, I will give you guys my initial impressions and any comments after I watch the episode. So let's get into it. Episode 1 of Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. Okay, this is an interesting opening. I guess I assumed like because it's like it looks like it's high fantasy, it was going to be more of kind of like a orchestral, uh, you know, but a little bit different. I had to say like from the art I've seen, her Free Run, I'm assuming, and the other characters I've seen, the art style is adorable. I like it. She's so cute. She's so cute. It's like such a simple design, but like you can look at her, you know exactly what show it comes from. Okay, I've got like the villain there. Okay. That's cute. Cute opening. Yeah, the music was a little bit different than I was expecting. Okay, so this is the more the kind of music I was thinking maybe like the opening was going to be like kind of like fantasy with like I don't know what instruments like violin, flutes, things like that. I believe I said at the end of Baldur's Gate when I talked about like what show I was going to be watching next, like I'm really into Baldur's Gate right now, so I'm digging, like I'm down for some fantasy. And her name is Free Run. Okay, as expected. You gotta. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on like the guy who looks like a Viking? He looks like maybe a dwarf of some kind. He looks like he might be some sort of like a knight. This guy maybe a mage of some kind, although Free Ren looks more like a mage. They look related. They look very similar. She seems pretty disinterested in everybody. So maybe, I don't know, she seems like a little shy, disinterested, more interested in reading than in socializing. So obviously they've come back from some great quest, they're heroes. She seems kind of like not really interested in that. It's interesting. So it's like we've come in, it's almost like this would be the end of, okay, the warrior, the priest. Okay, he's a priest. But yeah, it seems like, and she's the mage. Okay. But yeah, it seems like this is like the what the end of the show would be. They've defeated the Demon King, but this is the very beginning. Chapter 6, the last battle. It feels like we have jumped ahead rather than started. Maybe it's gonna jump around a little bit. Although these characters that she's with now, and then there was a bunch of characters that we saw at the opening that have not been introduced yet. Priest who likes to drink. You corrupt priest. They're saying it's over. It's the end of the adventure, but it's the beginning of the show. 10 years. I wonder if we're gonna get nearly executed for speaking rudely to the king. This feels like a D&D thing. Where it's like they're gonna start a new adventure now. Hopefully we'll get to see maybe flashbacks to their adventures. And there's a mimic. Okay, this is very D&D. I love it. So she seems to have like a dry sense of humor about her, which is like, well, I was exceptional. I don't know if she's just joking or if she actually believes herself to be, I don't know, better than everybody. Yeah, she's like, yeah, she's just very dismissive about it. I can't tell if she's just very sarcastic, but she's not very emotional, is she? Damn, she is a little bit of a spoil sport. Oh yeah, right. I guess because yeah, she's an elf and elves live longer, so for her, 50 years is probably nothing in comparison. But for everybody else, they seem to be, either humans or, the I don't know, the dwarf, where it's just like they don't have long lives like her. So she's just, when she said it was a mere 10 years, to her, that's just a blip in her life. But for these guys, like they're not going to make it another 50 years. So maybe she just sees these guys. It's like, oh, I only hung out with them for 10 years. That's barely any time to get to know anybody. And that'll probably be the last time she ever sees them. And then she's going to come back and they're going to be dead. Yeah, see? Okay, so yeah, it is because she just lives, yeah, 50 or 100 years. It's a trifling thing. Maybe she intentionally doesn't get close to people because she knows that she's going to outlive them. So she just intentionally just keeps her distance. She doesn't want to get too emotionally invested in people. Because it must be quite lonely to live hundreds of years and like everyone you know dies before you. Or maybe she just is more of a a lone wolf. Maybe she just feels more comfortable by herself. Another mimic. That's her Achilles heel, it seems. Oh, I bet she's gonna go back and they're gonna be dead because she just has lost track of time and she doesn't realize how much time has passed. Oh, yep, nearly time for okay, so 50 years. 50 years have passed. Yeah, they're probably dead, if not at least some of them. Oh yeah, holy cow. Okay, so at least he's still alive. You're so old. Well, hopefully she'll at least get to see it with him. I wonder if the other ones are still alive. She literally just came back for that. Hopefully she wants to see the shower with them too. She remembered. Sorry, I think. You should just be thankful he kept it after all this time. Ugh, that's sweet. And she just seems like dismissive about it. She doesn't, I don't think she realizes how much she means to people. It's not that big a deal. I'm guessing she's probably going to learn through the course of this how to appreciate people and maybe learn to connect with people. Oh my gosh. This girl truly just does not care. She just says whatever is on her mind, no tact. I mean, okay, they're all alive. Yay, that's good. I was so afraid she's going to come back and they were all going to have passed. That's the nicest thing she said to someone yet. And she smiled. I think she does have affection for them. Okay, so I wasn't sure about dwarf lifespans, so it seems like dwarves are pretty similar in that they age slowly. Damn, what's his name? The other guy, Hamish, or I've already forgotten. Himmel? Or is Himmel the priest? I'm terrible with names, guys. I apologize. Like he's shrunk so much, he's so little. Nice that they all get to be together, and she did remember about the shower, so she does care about them. All right, okay. It's like old times. It's cute. We're like 10 minutes and I'm like, already I'm really liking the vibes. Very comfy. Be a thing about memories and friendship. Oh, there we go. There's a smile. I'm glad they got to have it. I was almost afraid they were gonna one of them, Himmel or that guy, was gonna pass before he got a chance to see the showers. Oh, he's gonna pass. Oh, okay. I was afraid, like, oh no, what's all going on with that one? That one looks a little different. I was like, oh, what if the world is ending? It's like, oh, that's a different type of meteor. That was to be expected, but he looks like he died with a smile. Okay, Hibble, yeah. Female. Oh, wow. Okay. They're saying the same thing I've been saying. they're, they're cute. All right. This is, I like already tell this is going to be a very emotional show. I wonder if she feels guilty that like she doesn't feel more sad about it, or maybe she's just not good at showing her emotions. It's not like I knew anything about him. You traveled together for 10 years and you're saying you didn't know anything about it? Or it's not that I didn't know anything about him. Is she just like, why don't I feel we only try? Okay, so she is saying it's not like I knew anything about him. Okay. So she is sad. I was thinking at first, I was like, is she's like, why don't I feel more upset? But now she is like, now it's the opposite. She's like, why do I feel upset? It was only 10 years. Okay. God damn, this game, it's already got me crying. What the heck? I just met these characters already, like, I'm invested. I feel like this show's gonna make me cry a lot. I never really had that with like Black Lagoon, right? It wasn't really an emotional show. So it's like each of them is gonna pass and she's gonna have to mourn each of them. Hopefully it won't be the last time that she sees them. Corrupt priest. I wonder how long dwarf lifespans are. Maybe he'll join them or join her. Oh, she's gonna, yay, they're gonna travel together. That's awesome. Give me a break. Oh, okay. So now she's got to find a new group, and that's probably going to be where there's like the redheaded guy, the girl with the purple hair, Ison. Okay. He seems a little bit gruff too, maybe not as emotional as the other ones as well. So he looks pretty much the same, but he's older as well. Maybe the beard just hides a lot of the aging. So that's her whole thing. So she wants to learn more about humans and try and like connect with people more and learn more about them. All right, that's a good setup. I like that. You know that they're exploring because like elves across um most of like what's the word I'm thinking of? They tend to have the longer lives across 20 years after the death of Himmel the hero in the outskirts of the holy city. Oh, there she is, girl with the purple hair. Okay, so she's young there, so obviously she grows up alongside with Frieren. Okay, so she's looking for the priest. I don't know why I was struggling so much to say, like, in media, elves have a longer life, so it's an interesting concept for a show about exploring how that would affect them. Okay, so he's still alive, good. Yeah, to offer you at your grave. She's like, I was expecting you to be dead. She is harsh to him, but with a smile. That's how good friends joke, right? Oh, so okay. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my gosh, she's so adorable. So maybe he's like, I don't know who she is in relation to him, but maybe he's gonna be like, in my old age, I want you to take care of her. And that's how they get together. Ah, here we go, yes. Her name is Fern. Fern and Frieren. Okay, so she's doing it out of like not any sort of malice or anything. Oh, resurrection and immortality. Okay. I wonder if she's going to use that grimoire to, I don't know, resurrect her old party members in the end. But I wonder if maybe she's going to learn to let go. Like maybe that's what she's going to try and do, but maybe she's going to learn to just let them be in the past. Oh, okay. Maybe it's to raise Fern since she's not going to take her. It's interesting though. I don't know how long humans live in this world because like so at least right 7 years have passed since they broke up the group, and he's still alive. Oh, well, she's so adorable. Oh, oh, okay. Oh, she didn't get to reach. I was like, she just does it immediately. It's like, oh, okay. No, okay. That's all right. That's episode one. Okay. So there we go. That's episode one, and I like it off the bat. I love the fantasy setting. It's very different from what I've been watching for a while. Actually, I don't do very many fantasy anime, and it's so cozy. Like so, because I'm like really into Baldur's Gate right now, it's very familiar to me. It's a kind of world that I spend a lot of my spare time in. So it feels nice to watch a show like that. It's just that kind of medieval look to it. It's very cozy. I love like the little towns, the cobblestone, the magic. It's just such a cozy environment. And I really like the setup of Frieren as the elf. Um, and like I was trying to say during, watching the show, is it is an interesting concept to explore about in the fantasy world of elves having living so much longer than most other races and exploring that, like what that actually means for the characters. You do get that in media. They do mention it, I'm sure, like if you have an elf character about the things they've experienced. But this really is exploring the idea of mortality for someone who lives so long and how time affects people differently. With the priest saying that he knows that he can't be immortal and time is coming for him and he's scared of death. Where she doesn't have that fear because she lives for such a long time. And for her, like time meaning something so much more than to other characters, where it's like it feels much more finite for them. So they learn to, I guess, appreciate life and their experiences more. Where for her, the 10 years that she spent with her crew, her group, it felt like nothing for her. And while it seems like she enjoyed her time with them and she formed connections with them, with the death of Hemmel, she said, I barely knew anything about him. Maybe she didn't take the time to learn anything about the people she was with. Whether it was some sort of thing to protect herself from feeling emotions, um, to want to get to know these people that she knows are going to die way before her, and she doesn't want to burden herself with that. But she obviously does feel emotions. She did come off initially as a very cold, uncaring character, but that's not the truth. Maybe she just deals with her emotions differently. But she obviously, at the funeral, she was quite upset, and she is now going to learn to, I guess, maybe appreciate the people around her and time and memories, things like that. And I think that's a really sweet concept. And yeah, I like really like that idea. It's a very sweet. I love the art style. It's very cute, very colorful, beautiful, and it's gonna be emotional. Like I already teared up episode one. Like I barely knew these characters, and I'm already like, I'm like getting upset again. God damn! Like within 10 minutes of meeting these characters, like I was upset at Hamill's death as well. So I think I'm really going to enjoy this one. I feel like it's been a while since I've watched an anime that's been like really emotional and sentimental. So you guys are probably going to get to see me cry quite a bit during this show. So I hope you are looking forward to that. But yeah, episode one has totally sucked me in. I really like this. I am very excited for the directions it could go. They've done a lot of good setting up of things, giving her reasoning for what she's doing. They've given her this character, Fern, who is obviously going to be her sidekick, even though she says that she doesn't want to take on an apprentice mage, because she doesn't want the kid to die. But maybe she senses that this little girl is capable and more like Frieren than she first assumed. And we see, obviously, from the intro that they're going to like grow up together, and she's going to be basically like a mentor to her. So I feel like there's a lot of potential there for emotional moments and for growth from the characters. And then, you know, we have the other characters that were shown in the opening that we haven't been introduced to yet. But I think this was a great introduction. It set things up very well, set the world up very well, and I'm very excited to see where the show's going to go from here. So, guys, thank you so much for your recommendation. I think this one might be up there already from episode 1. I think this is probably going to be one of like the favorite shows that I'm going to react to. I just have a feeling about that. I seem to I like kind of my shocking, maybe darker anime, but I do like these light-hearted ones, but there's going to be like I could tell there's going to be some heavy moments later, I'm sure. So I didn't mention at the beginning, but if you would like to see the unedited version of my react, it is on my Patreon. I will have it linked in the description bar, and you can watch all future Frieren react series unedited along with all of my previous anime react series as well. If you would like to go and check those out, I would really appreciate it. But thank you so much for watching episode 1 of my Frieren react series, and I hope you will stay tuned for the rest of it. Until next time, guys, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lynn's VA, Kenju Storm, and iCognito.